What's up, guys? Hello and welcome to Anime Time. Once more, we're gonna have a look at the SH Figuarts Naruto Shippuden, Tamashii Nations Bandai, Gaara of the Sand, and I'm kind of looking around if there's like a name. This is probably the name in Japanese. I say probably because I don't know Japanese. Also, I'm kind of intrigued by this Naruto Boruto logo. I don't know. Is that like the name of the line now because they're gonna do Boruto? Which I've seen in Paris, which was a world exclusive, and I didn't even notice it. There's Gaara and some more posers. And once again, I'm sick and tired of saying it. You're probably sick and tired of hearing it, but I feel like I need to mention because a lot of people have asked me, what did you bring back from a trip to Paris? This is one of them. And I'm probably gonna do the thing up here again. I don't know yet. Maybe not. But yeah, I got this one in Paris, guys. Yay! That doesn't have to do anything with the figure. But for those of you who asked me, there it is. There we go. Fun thing, I made it pretty clear a while ago that I was not gonna get any more Naruto figures, that I wasn't gonna go all in on a series. Because, quite frankly, I liked the original Naruto manga, but Shippuden just went on and on and on, and I just kind of overstayed its welcome. To me personally, but with that being said, Gaara was always my favorite, and just when I went to Paris and I had him there, I was just like, maybe I wouldn't even have gotten them if it wasn't for that. The size of Gaara to the top of his head is 14.5 centimeters. Yeah, basically 14.5. A little shy of 6 inches tall. And overall look of the character, there's not a lot of detail on it because that's the figure itself. And you can say, here's one thing already. The hair. You can say, okay, they made it actually a lot more detailed than it looks in the show. On the flip side, I don't know. I'm not sure. It kind of bothers me that there's so much detail in it because it's super flat in the anime. You just have the hair, that the outline over there, and there's no detail in it. So, you know, I don't know. It's one thing that they're doing all this detail, which they shouldn't, which they didn't have to do, but they still did it. The kanji of love on his forehead still looks very nice. And another thing, is it just me, or are his eyes a little bit too wide? No, I'm not sure about that. Once again, I looked up some pictures. It's also shading. Yay, shading. Remember that? I like shading. So yeah, it's a little bit more of a brighter red up here and goes to a darker tone. And for the rest of it, like I'm saying, there's not that much going on, but that's not really their fault. That's the design of the figure. Of course, they have the pack hole over here for his bottle of sand or his canister or whatever you want to call it. There's belts going on all throughout the character, and you can lift his arms up also, by the way. I mean, they're molded, so they're really sticking to the body. And I like the crossed arms, definitely for Gaara. That's a must. And I'll probably just leave that on because, you know, he doesn't need to fight. He doesn't need his hands. He has sand. Plebs. Only, what is this? You use your hands for fighting? Also, we have the rope over here, which is all soft plastic. You can lift that up. It's not getting in the way. And they cut it up a little bit over here. And still left some room in there. So it looks good. Overall, going down to the legs, the sandals, and the flappy pants. Doesn't have a lot of wrinkles in it. Once again, I'm like spot on with the comparison with the character itself in my head right now because I really just looked up some pictures and actually a short episode of like, which one was it? I don't know. Just like, oh, look at Gaara, look at how structured it is. My nose, just to get a feel, just to get an idea of how the character looks again because it's been a while. Having a look at the articulation, the head is on a double ball pack. You have one ball joint in the neck and then another one that goes into the head itself. So you can rotate it around. It actually has a lot of motion. You have some, as you can tell, it's always like easy to tell by all the room you have over here. How it goes back and forth, side to side, and all the way around. Also the neck rotates around. Once again, you have some decent room over there, so you can bring it forward, back, and side to side. Now the arms, the shoulders. Of course, I have the crossed arms. I have to get the real arms for that. So I did take off the crossed arms to show the articulation, of course, and also the arms, which actually, once again, have some nice shading going on over there. Respect for that. But yeah, you have the ball joint up there, which goes into another ball pack, and you can rotate it around. Over here you can bring it back and forth. You have a nice butterfly joint in the chest itself, so that goes forward motion is very good. And once again, rotate it around, bring it up a little bit over 45 degrees. You don't have a hinge over here in the... It's the one thing. I think it looks better with the ball pack in the shoulder itself, but because of that you can't really bring it up. Otherwise, you know, you would have a hinge over here. It doesn't look so good, but it would go up further. That's... I'm okay with how it is right now. Then we have, once again, the double hinged elbow, which does not... There's no biceps. Oh, wait. It actually rotates around over here. That's super weird. And then we have the fist on the ball joint. Goes back and forth all the way around. There's no articulation over here to chest, but they did some over here. But where the belt is, once again, a design choice I agree with, because it looks better. If you would have cut up over here, it wouldn't look so good. But since there's the belt over here, they were just like, I'm gonna pull it down. As a result, though, of course, the articulation isn't so great. Up at the upper part, it's super limited actually. Doesn't really get anything out of it. You can rotate it a little bit, but not even that, just some wiggle motion. Down at the torso where it connects to the crotch piece, it's a lot better though. Get some side motion. Forward. Yeah, like I said, it's not... Torso articulation is not great in this guy. Let's just say it like that. And then we go down to the legs. Just get this up. And I want to see what's under there. Oh, we have this hinge up here, so you can bring it out to the side, and you can rotate it over here, kind of having like a thigh swivel, and it goes forward in an angle though. It doesn't go straight. You can tell it's like, it's kind of weird, and it doesn't really go back because it's getting blocked. I like how they molded this, but unfortunately then you have a gap up here, and the conversion down there is not so great. But it's one of these things, if you just do it, you just, you know, leave it like that, you still have some bent knees, and then it looks super great in this pose. Then we have the foot on the ball joint. Oh, hold on, before I even say anything else. I don't know what it is. I think it's just on ball joint. Yeah, there you can see the ball with the hinge on it, so you can rotate it around side to side, back and forth. Not that much because it's super blocked, as you can tell, you don't have much room, and a toe hinge in the sandal. What we have here are some accessories. Two different faces, one with just the green teeth, which looks kind of wonky. I mean, the eyes are still completely the same. He doesn't really squint, he doesn't look angry. I guess it's because of the lack of eyebrows, really. But yeah, and of course you have the one where his face crackles, his armor off sand. That looks cool, I like that one. You have some open palm hands and some grabbing hands, that's really all there is. And then you have an effect, like a sand claw. Let me zoom out real quick. I have a claw over here with a peg hole in it, and it comes... You can rotate that around a little bit. I actually just want to check that. It is very soft plastic over here, so it doesn't break. I like that. Because of that, it also comes with a base. They deliver the base with it. However, they do only give you an arm to hold on to the hand, and not to Gaara himself, which is just like... why do they do that? Just like, please, you're already doing the base. Do another one of those with a grappling hand on it. You could say, oh, why you're complaining? You're already getting one for the hand. But yeah, I mean, they're not selling the arms. I have to just use another arm or something out of my pack to hold on to Gaara. So it's a waste. Regardless, I'm just gonna have to use another base if I want to put Gaara in a more stable position. But he does stand up, and of course you have his can, his bottle, his whatever where he keeps his sand, which you just put on his Mac. Also looks very nice, lots of shading going on. I mean, then again, yeah, you still kind of need something to hold him on, because while this is not super heavy, yeah, it still weighs him down. And it's gonna bring me to the final thoughts. What do I think about this Gaara figure? I do recommend them. I don't see any huge blemishes. The only really problem with is the pretty bad articulation in the torso. Actually, there's not really much going on. But for the rest of it, I mean, I mentioned how the hair is more detailed as it is in the show. You can take that as a bonus, or not. It really depends. It's not a deal breaker by any means. The same thing goes with the eyes. I'm not really sure if they're too wide or not. I'm really curious what you guys think about this. But yeah, that's really all I can think of. The hair, the eyes, and the torso articulation. For the rest of it, the figure looks good. You have basically everything you need. Maybe the hands are kind of meh, kind of limited, not that much to it, but still, you get the extra scent effect. I appreciate that. I'm a fan of that one. And I'm usually not a fan of like extra effects, but this one's cool. So there you go, recommended. Go pick it up if you can, and it's gonna do it. As usual, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever Gaara wants.